Royalty. This is our official season 2.
What up, though? Yeah.
I'm here with the gang. Y'all already know what time it is.
You already know.
And first of all, we miss y'all. Sorry it's been so long. It's been a lot going on, but we are back and in full attack. I am Jocelyn Walker.
I'm Kale Myrick.
I'm Katia Wright.
And we are here with another great royalty session. Today, I wanted to talk about identity and like the hardships of being young and African American in society today. First of all, it's Black History Month still.
Yes.
So we have to first, like, that's how I even like originated to come up with talking about being young and Black.
That's crazy.
And then like the identity piece kind of came from this month working with the I call them the royal 20s and 30s at the church.
Okay.
Our topic for this month was identity.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to just like talk about that for a minute. One question that I asked them when we had like our little roundtable discussion was, if someone was to ask you, who are you outside of your occupation and like what you do outside of being a mother or being a son, like what would you say to them?
That's really good. I would say, that's a really good question.
That's because where do you label
I have
that?
never stumped y'all.
I would say first, and I really mean it because this is something even though I've always been scared of this, but I always knew I'd be a world changer. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that was just instilled in me when I was younger.
Yeah.
So like even like I even had like reports that I did that that's something, the first thing you think of yourself when you was younger. You know, when I was younger, I used to actually really say that.
Yeah.
You know, my friends used to laugh and be like, "That's your leg,"
No,
you know what I'm
stand
saying?
on
But
that.
like, no, for real, like, and that entails a lot. You know, just
It does.
in terms of your purpose. You know, how you see yourself, because that's a big task.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you say a world changer, of course you think about the globe, which that's our aim.
Right.
But we all in our own worlds. You know what I'm saying? So like when I encounter people, I should shift how they think, or I should, motivate them, or you know what I'm saying? Like I should make them want to excel, So like with that first start inwardly. So I have to, when you talking about identity, like that first start with you first. Because one thing our pastor always say, he said you can't lead anybody as far as you're willing to go. So if you're not willing to go there or perceive, or you don't even see yourself there, how can you tell somebody else to? Because they're not gonna follow you. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna be just a speaker and not a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
There's a lot of speakers, but a lot of people can't lead and walk with people.
Definitely.
So I would say a world changer. That I think that's it to most it may be like vague, but it's a lot that entails that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say.
It's pretty powerful.
It
honestly.
is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Only thing I can think of is I set the tone. So whatever energy I bring in a room is where the energy is gonna go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know a specific word for that, but I do notice that I've noticed that about me lately.
Yeah.
Like even where I work or where I'm at, I set the tone.
Yeah.
We're gonna hustle. We're gonna have a good time.
For sure.
We're gonna get things done. We're gonna have a good energy.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
because
good.
that's the only thing that is gonna push us forward is
for
the
sure.
good energy.
For
Definitely.
sure.
That's the only thing I can think of right now, because that's a good
That's
question.
a great question.
And I know y'all didn't have no time to think about
No,
it, so
for
I
real, that's
kind of got a
good.
little bit
I
more
appreciate
to
that.
my answer,
Yeah.
just because I had the time to kind of discuss this with the group.
Yeah, that's
Fair.
good.
But something that I came up with for myself, because you automatically want to say like, oh, I'm a cosmetologist, I'm a mother.
Yeah.
But it's like outside of that, like
Who are
who
you?
are you?
Exactly.
And so what I said for myself was that first of all, I'm a queen of the kingdom.
Yes.
Um,
Most definitely.
I like that.
Most
That's
definitely.
kind of where I got the royalty and the royal 20s from. Like
Yes.
we are heirs of Christ, and
Yes, we
He
are.
is the King of Kings.
Yep.
So we are queens and kings of the kingdom.
Yes, that's a fact.
That was my first thing, and then my second thing was I'm a I don't even know how to say it, an impact person. Like I create impact, and like similar to what y'all saying, like being a world changer, you're creating impact in your environment, and being a tone setter, like that's impact that you're creating in the rooms that you're going in. So we all in alignment, which is so dope.
No, that
And
is.
I really just wanted to ask that because like I don't think a lot of people like really know the answer to
No,
that.
for real.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
And
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good question because that's crazy that you this even a topic because this I've been doing this too. Like these been questions that I've been asking my kids. You know, like
Yeah.
when I'm teaching them, like I asked them 3 questions, and it was the first one like, how do you feel being black in society now?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do you view your people and how do you view yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like and you know, of course they gave me cute answers, but
Of course.
you know,
Yeah.
and I was digging in them and asking them like, how do you see things? It's like for me, and I gave them this, just being black, growing up and just you know, just in this world, you know,
Yeah.
for one, it's hard,
Hmm.
but for two, it's very encouraging though. You know,
Mhm.
like even in the midst of that, like it's very encouraging because we set the tone for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Truly.
when it comes to fashion, when it comes to
Everything.
status, when it comes, you know, everybody want to be like us. You
That's
know,
so true.
but because we don't know our identity, we try to be like everybody else.
Come
You know,
on.
and everybody looking at us and we looking at them like, you know what I'm saying? But they
Right.
like, we want to be like y'all. We like, hey, we kind of like what y'all got. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when we really embrace like who we are as a people,
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be the really the that's when the world will really flip upside down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once we realize like who we are, whose we are, you know, how much power we really got,
Mm-hmm.
literally in our skin, literally, you know, like
Hmm.
in our melanin, like that'd be a whole different, you know, it's a
That's
whole
a
different
game
thing.
changer,
Because
yeah.
that literally directs us straight to the king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's literally our bloodline. You know, so like even when you think about, even when I think about like now, just like currently, like I gave him this example in class. Like I was walking, because my house like 5 blocks away from my office. So you know I was walking to the office, yeah. So I'm like I'm walking to the office, and you know I'm in the Boston Edison district. You know it's a wealthy area, and it's one of the wealthiest areas in the city of Detroit.
Yeah.
And it was a lady walking her dog. It was a white lady walking her dog, and customly I see her a block away, and I'm telling them like I'm seeing her go through changes in her mind. Right,
Mm-hmm.
I got on all black. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my hat on, had my hood on. It was cold this
Yeah.
day, so I'm walking and I see her a block away in my mind. I'm like, she going through changes in her mind. And when she walked past me, you know what I'm saying? Like she probably think like, oh, he's a, you know, like he probably
Right.
she go. I'm
Right.
watching her and her. I'm looking at her and I'm trying to look at her too hard because I want her to think I want to do
Feel
something to her.
Right.
But I'm just reading her and she don't even understand, you know. And she, so when I get past her, I gotta like pet myself up. And I was having a rough day too, but like just to let her know, like I'm no
make her feel
danger.
comfortable.
You know, I'm no danger. Hey, ma'am, how are you? And it was
Mhm.
still like a hey, like
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do nothing. You know, like I'm walking in the community just like how you are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm watching her. She even having her dog go to the side. Like it's a big sidewalk.
That's
Like why
crazy.
you got your dog with you? You know what I'm saying? The dog looking like what's
Calm
going on?
down.
I mean, dang,
she
I've been
pulling
walking
the
the
dog,
same way the
you know
whole
what I'm saying?
time.
I've been over here longer than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been walking this community all my life. You know, so it's like the for that, you know, and I let the kids know because they was taking them time to get answer the question. I'm like, one thing I struggle with, and I've always struggled with, always, and in our community and outside, is always having to be like excellent all the time. Like, you know, like, and that's okay, you know, because we should want to be excellent, but I gotta do everything right. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't, I'm judged harshly. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, you know, like I'm judged harshly. Like, see, I knew he wasn't going, you know. See, look at Cal, you know, and that's always been me. So like, I always felt like, all right, I gotta do this right. Or I gotta be this kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And I let them know like that's deeper than me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's in my bloodline that we've always had to do in the society.
Yep.
You know, and that's hard because we not perfect. We human, you know, but we gotta be, especially the black men get criticized really, really hard in this society too, amongst our people and amongst everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you do see you gonna be just, you know, like I always got that, and that's always been like a little dark cloud over my head. But as I get older, I'm a lot more better with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a lot more transparent because I think that's where a lot of the problems come in too. A lot of men, especially a lot of black men, aren't transparent. You know what I'm saying? About where they are mentally. You know where they at in their heart. They just be like, man, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And then it is dip. You know what I'm saying? That's usually a man's tendency.
Right.
But as I get older, like I'm a lot more vocal now. Even though I'm a lot more reserved by nature, I'm a lot more vocal into like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not having a good day, I usually be like I'm straight. Nah, I'm
No,
like, nah, it's just, I ain't,
I'm not
Today
I'm
ain't
okay.
the
not all right
day.
today, you
Yeah.
know. And then that kind of let people in on me a little bit because they gonna have this perception I'm acting like I'm good all the time,
Right.
you know. So we gotta take account for some of that too.
Mhm.
By our standing, the world standard of us, that's a little different, you know.
Right.
But amongst each other, I think that's a big thing, you know. So
Definitely. And that leads me to like where I was kind of going next about like that is definitely a hardship being African American and not even just being young, just being African American in general.
yeah,
And I was gonna like have us separate like the male perspective from our female perspective.
yeah,
And I do notice like a lot of black men like they struggle with that.
yeah, they really do.
And it's insane because first of all we are human, so
Exactly.
it creates this stigma in our head that we have to be like a certain kind of way. And even
Yeah,
for women, like black women too, like we have this stigma that we have to be like, first of all, like black women are powerful in general, so to be less than in any kind of way is like it's a
Not
lot of weight on your
acceptable.
yeah, it's a
shoulders.
whole lot
It's
of
a
weight.
lot of weight on
That
your
is,
shoulders.
that is.
So just going forward, like what are some other things that like just from our female perspective and your male perspective that we can share that we consider like a hardship, like being young and black right now? Like what are some of the stigmas that first of all social media putting out there,
Yes,
Hmm.
the TV media is putting out
yes,
there, like
yes.
what is some of that?
Social media has blurred a lot of lines,
Oh god.
a lot of realistic lines.
Mm-hmm.
We don't give each other grace on anything.
That's
And
Not
a
it's
at
like
fact.
all.
it's immediate attack. You don't like you wrong, I don't agree. It's an immediate attack. And it's like, wow, you give your brother, your mother that grace. You gotta give
Yeah.
everybody that same
Exactly,
Yeah.
grace.
exactly.
We don't give each other grace. We
We
also
don't.
have imposter syndrome, and that's something
Oh
that
Yes, we
god.
everybody
do.
should. If you don't know what I'm
Yes.
talking about, look
Yes,
it
we
up.
do.
That is
Yes, we
very
do.
true.
Yes, we do.
We don't think much of ourselves,
No, we
Yeah.
don't. We really don't.
Yeah.
and I think that causes a lot of problem because that's our foundation. If you don't think much of yourself, you don't love yourself, you don't
Mm-hmm.
think you're great, you don't think you're capable of greatness, then that's how you will move.
Yeah.
That's a
Um,
fact.
and so that's a big problem with all of us. Like, and women are hard on each other.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't even know how to address that because
Yeah,
we
I
are
feel like
I
really,
noticed that.
really, really hard on each other. A
Yeah,
lot of times I think I'll be like, the men are like, yeah, it's cool. But you
right.
talk to a black, I'm saying a black man, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talk to a black woman, they like, no.
yeah,
And you like,
Like,
what did I
sis,
do?
that
So
ain't
yeah.
it.
we are
Yeah.
really, really hard on each other. And I don't, it's a 50-50 with that because then with the hardness, it produces greatness because then you feel like I always got to be on point. But at
Exactly.
the same time, you feel really worthless when you did not hit whatever margin or goal you
Yeah,
think you're
that's
supposed to
good.
hit.
Yeah.
So I think we need to be more mindful of that, of being really judgmental amongst each other,
Yeah.
Yeah.
women,
Yes.
men, and just each other. Because
Our
I'm not even
culture.
talking about the outside. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
us,
Our
how we
Yeah.
are
culture.
on
For
each
sure.
other.
Yeah.
For sure.
We need to be more mindful, more graceful, more understanding,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and more willing to help.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's like
That's a big.
she got it, he
Mm-hmm.
got it. Especially if you think anybody has any type of status
Oh
Oh
man.
god.
or
Oh man.
have progress anyway,
Mhm.
we don't want to help them. And it's like,
Yeah.
no,
No,
we
we
still all need
Need
help.
help.
If
Yeah.
anything, we need the most help because nobody on the outside is willing to
Understands.
help us, care for us, or understand us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like we fought at.
Yeah.
Women, men, wise, just yeah.
I'm gonna tack on to that, like
Yeah.
with um with giving grace, like I feel like we need to meet people where they're at. Like we don't
Most
know
definitely.
what caused or what led somebody
Yeah.
to be in the situation that they're in. Like for instance, I'll use the Krishan and the Blueface as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that their relationship is really publicized, and from what we see, it's a lot of like toxic things. It's a lot of
Right.
domestic a lot of domestic abuse, a lot of mental abuse.
Yeah.
Um, but we don't know like where those two people are
That's a fact.
mentally to
That's a
even
fact.
feel like what they're having or what they're allowing to go on right now is okay.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of judgment. Like I read the comments on the Shade Room and on other blog sites
Yeah.
about like how people just basically like judge them and they don't even know like what they've been through, what they've
Exactly.
experienced
Exactly.
and where they're at mentally right now. So I do feel
Exactly.
like we have to like meet people where they're at. And if you see someone struggling, like definitely like reach out to help them.
Yeah.
That
you
is a big
can.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's definitely big. Cause like especially like amongst men, like we like my grandpa used to always say this. He used to always say this, like, and it rings bells. Like now that I'm older now, he used to say that men stand alone like oak trees, and bunch together like grapes. You know what I'm saying? He used to always say that when I was younger, and I'm like, what is that? Like, he's like, old people saying that.
Old saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
But
Yeah.
as I get older, I realize that like I look at girl groups and they vent to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this what happened. Such oh my god, or anything good or bad happen. They talk about their boyfriends. You know, like I'm like, why are y'all doing that? You know, but like because we men and women are a lot different in that nature. But what I realized is that saying is even when you I had to look into it, right? And oak trees, they do stand alone, but they still in the forest together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I had to pay attention to that, because I'm like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna stand alone. He's gonna be over there, but we still in the forest together.
Right.
And if you study nature, all nature is connected to each other. You know what I'm saying? So we have to still be, we still have to communicate with each other. We still men, so we still got to stand on our own too. But when we come together, we got like, bro, what's something going on? Like, bro, what you think about this? Or how you feel like, was I wrong? Like, so like now I'm a lot more better when it comes to like my brothers around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a lot more reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like majority of my life, like I've always been kind of like to myself, even inside of a family. It's like, cause I'm the oldest, my siblings younger than me, they didn't experience what I experienced. Right. My parents a lot more older. Those my parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't never had like no sibling my age that I could like, hey, what you think about? Yeah, like, so I had to just rough it out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the experience that I experienced, it was like real rough for me. Not, it's still a lot of stuff that I'm like gradually talking about that happened when I was younger, that I didn't know how to explain because I'm so reserved and I'm so calm. Everybody like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But never really considered me. You know what I'm saying? Like I get overlooked or I just take the bulk of everything and I'd be like, all right, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? And it over time it's been sitting there and it's been like messing with me. And I think that's just a problem that men got. And then you get some like we start just doing weird. It's like, why is he doing that? Right. You know what I'm saying? But he just trying to like, oh, this little avenue. Maybe I can leak this out right here. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's women or men. Some people just get high. So it's a lot of different factors that affect men differently. Some just angry. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just ready to shoot people. Like, why are you so on tip? You know what I'm saying? But and they just don't know how to be like, man, that's what it is right here. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the words to. And as I get older now, like that's why teaching is like a big part of my life right now because I see myself in the kids all the time. Like when they don't say nothing, the stuff they do say, I know what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Because I got siblings, and I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the stuff we still going through as adults, but we kind of push it to the back, especially in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? I know all people may do this, but we really got it bad because we super duper hard on ourselves about every single thing. Like,
we don't feel like we can be vocal about anything vulnerable other than anger.
Yes, that's it.
Like if it's sadness, we don't feel like we can express that. If it's just simple overwhelmment, because a lot of times that's what it is. You're just overwhelmed, but you don't feel like you can express that without a person be like, man, go on, figure it out. Like, and it's like sometimes I just need to like stop, breathe and figure it out because I don't got it.
Exactly.
But sometimes it's like it's not okay that we don't got it. Like we're supposed to be superheroes. Man. We are not superheroes. We Black, we beautiful, we great.
Yes.
But we not superheroes.
Yeah.
I watched this movie and I cry every time I see this. I watch you ever seen Antoine Fisher?
Oh,
that movie for me, like I don't care. I've seen it like 20 times and I cry every time because and the part I always, because I was watching it at work, like I don't know why, I was just like, I'm watching Antoine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I watched it at work and I was crying to like walk away because, and it was one particular part where he was so angry and he was in Denzel's office and he brought him in the office like, let me talk to you. And he was like, man, I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just thought about me and other people. You know what I'm saying? Like that just been in a state like that. Like I just don't know what to do. Like, please tell me, because I just really don't.
Sometimes
you know what I'm saying?
You don't even know how you feel
Yeah,
at the moment.
Oh
like you're like I've learned in the last few years of my life to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know something ain't right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't even tell you right now. And sometimes that's okay. That's enough to voice so that a person know, like, okay, you in a space that I can't really help with, but I know you're in a space.
Yeah.
And give you that time to figure it out. Because sometimes you just don't know. You don't know what you like. I don't know. I don't know what's next. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what was before this. I'm here though, but I don't know.
And it's so much with what our generation, the ones after us, and then when you look at the statistics, we got the most suicide rates.
Mm-hmm.
We got the anxiety is out the roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's what are we so scared of? You know what I'm saying? Like, and this what I really be like, just thinking like why is the anxiety so high in this generation? And I be really just, and they just be so anxious. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, what's wrong? Like, because I work at college, I work at the shelter, and I just be seeing a lot of kids. Like, I watch them like 5, 6 years old. Like, they be getting cussed out. They be screaming at them. And I see it in their face. Like, they just act out in certain ways. And one particular kid, it was one particular situation in our after school program. Kids had got on a bus, and the whole time the teachers were saying, like, the kids was like, when we catch you on the bus, we gonna scrap. And they did that.
Oh my
God.
God.
No lie. They got on the bus, and it was like a chain reaction of fights. It was like 2 girls, 1 boy, 1 girl, 2 girls, 2 girls. It was like, and it's not big kids. This from 2nd to 5th grade.
Oh
so and I'm on a midst to this, and I'm trying to break all these fights up. And one particular boy, the first one, he was crying, and I never forget this. It really blessed my heart. Like, and one thing I realized too, I'm a lot more emotional now since I'm older.
Yeah.
So like, well, I held it the whole time. Soft boy. I held it the whole time, but I cried again after I had to like walk around the parking lot a little bit, But I stopped him, and I seen it in his eyes, and he knew I seen it. We didn't even say each other. I just looked at him, and I grabbed his chest. Like, I grabbed his chest and I sat him down. I'm like, man, you ain't got nothing to prove, man. And he's 3rd grade. He just started screaming like somebody died. Wow. Mind you, he just got done fighting. He was throwing them things too, but he was screaming. She started screaming, but I know he felt me. You know what I'm saying? And I
that was a release for
him. And I just held his chest, and he just cried. Yeah. And other kids was laughing at him, so I had to check them. But it was a lot though. Like, it was a lot of fights. Yeah. It was a lot that went on in that bus. Them kids was angry, and that situation has been, it play in my head every day. That's the generation though. No, they just so angry. Yeah. Like, and it's not just their anger, it's like generations of anger. Yes. Like, from their parents, from their siblings, to their environment. They just and they like super sponges. Yeah. Especially at those ages. So they picking up on everything. And they don't know how to channel it. They like, what is this I feel?
I honestly
there are no
feel
outlets.
For that.
There are no outlets for them to
they
be
are
able
just
to channel
really
that.
Just taking in trauma at
this point. That's it.
And I was just talking to somebody else. I can't remember. This might have been one of my clients, but I said they need to implement some type of mental health something in schools, workplaces. Like, that needs to be implemented immediately. Because
yes,
people don't even realize, and they shouldn't even make it seem like it's therapy. They should make it seem like it's some type of
normal.
Yes.
What do they call it when they have like the work meetings, when they like
a little
come together to figure out the next step? Like, they should make it like that, so people won't feel like it's therapy. Because there's a taboo on therapy too in our culture.
It's hard now because the trust with doctors and therapists in general, the
that's
medical,
a whole other topic.
It's just rough. Like, it's hard because we've come against so many things. Just being black, just being a normal person in this world.
Yeah.
The trust is not there, so that sucks. Nothing. So you don't feel like you're safe in those places.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
That's a very big part.
Yeah.
Don't feel safe.
Tough.
Always defense. It's always in defense. Always.
Yes. It's very not
that goes safe. Back to that hardship piece. Like, we have so many tough things to deal with, and it's really hard to even like boggle them together. And that's where the anger is coming from. That's where it is. Like, we're trying to figure out how to get money. We're trying to figure out how to maintain the household. We're trying to figure out how to grow, how to raise the kids, how to be better in society. And like that is overwhelming. Like like what you said, so it's like we get overwhelmed and it's hard to articulate that sometimes.
It is.
So
everything is really, really fast.
It's
like if you
fast.
think about right now, if you have your phone in your hand and you scroll for just 2 minutes, the amount of information you contain in 2 minutes is insane. If we really, really take the time to think about it, but it's not helpful information. It's not helping us. It's not easing your anxiety. It's not easing your need for more information or to learn or improve. It's just information. So it is very overwhelming. And we need, like you said, we need the time at work. Hey, 30 minutes, just breathe. Just be quiet. No electronics.
Exercise.
Because it's crazy to me that my children have, well, this was in my child's 8th grade class, but I remember her coming home to me and saying, yeah, we get electronic time. So that's time to be on your tablet, be on your phone, to just contain a bunch of information that you 9 times out of 10 don't need. We need breaks. We need to breathe. We need to just sit with our thoughts. When the last time you really sat with your thoughts?
Exactly.
Without scrolling or thinking about what's next to do. Our brain is just this.
All
Constantly going.
We
need breaks. We need breaks. That's why the pandemic was honestly a breath of fresh air for a lot of people, because it was a break.
Definitely.
So we do need those. Yes. Time to just nothing. No airwaves, no radiation, no phones, no nothing. Just be in silence. Feel, think. We don't want to feel our feelings, honestly, a lot of people.
That's scary.
It is.
That's scary. Because like you don't know what you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
or you don't want to adjust it.
Oh my goodness.
Or address what you're really feeling, because you're feeling everything that everybody else is feeling. And that's not good.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That goes back to that identity, like that identity factor. Like if we actually as a culture took that time to like sit down with ourselves or sit down with somebody we do trust, like our group, and sit down and really say like, what all can we do in this circle to better, like, boom, what is some things y'all feel I can do to better myself, or what can we do as a community?
Exactly.
And
really
you have
honest.
to be receptive of it. Like I feel like we always, this is speaking for myself, like it took me a long time to be receptive of like criticism, because in my head I'm already hard on myself. So to hear from somebody else is like, okay, y'all
you taking
doing
it too far.
Much. Y'all doing too much.
Like,
but
hold on.
We have to be able to do that if we want to continue to find our true identity and continue to tap into our greatness. Like we got to be able to have those conversations.
I think that's a big part missing too. Is honesty amongst ourselves. I don't care. It could be as simple as, your breath ain't hitting right.
Okay.
You hear me?
You need to go check that out. I think that's a fair conversation to have. But everybody is so sensitive and so out of touch that it's hard to have regular conversations with even the people you love. Because everybody don't want to accept or be receptive to anything that isn't like cool for them in a moment.
What you want to hear.
Right. and it's like I think a lot of that too is there's no balance. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't even think that, and this is something I really been noticing. Like even with the generation, like it's no balance, right? Because your environment is not conducive. You hearing all day long. Then I gotta go around you telling me what's wrong about me. I know what's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who gonna tell me that I'm this? So I don't have nothing to compare to. So am I just this? All right, well let me be this then. You know what I'm saying? And you get kids that just like, this is what I am. You know what I'm saying? That's not. But it was no balance. You know what I'm saying? Like you had nobody there to give them a solid foundation. You know, like, because I was given a solid foundation. If I do have hard times, I can understand where I'm going to lean back on, or what I am or who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, even most of us don't even know what our names mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, even stuff like that. Like, when I found out what my name mean, right? Because, and it's just me being transparent. Like, I don't even think I told my parents this. I always felt weird, like, you know, I got other siblings. They names out the Bible. You know what I'm saying? My name Kale. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Like,
where y'all get that
you know, like I'm like, and I know
you're the oldest too.
So it's like, But you know, I knew that was my dad's brother, and that he loved his brother, so he named me after him. So that was like, okay, my Uncle Kale. Okay, I'm like, all right, I got that one. But like, what does that mean, right? And I looked up Kale, and the first definition I got was from the Springs, and the first thing I thought about was Moses. You know what I'm saying? And I always kind of felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just from the Springs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always felt like, because for one, that's me. Because people be like I'm deep. I don't feel like I am, but you know, like this is just Kale. This is me. I live with myself all the time. You know, so like, you know, it just meant so many things to me. And another one too, and it's crazy that I'm in this craft. Another one was This is in Greek, not Greek. I'm sorry, Polish. Kale means a film.
Oh wow!
And that's a variation of my name. And in my, because I just been digging in myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
I'm here for it.
Another one, it's actually a book, one of the oldest books known to man. It's called the Book of Kales, and it's literally a book full of art. It's some of the most profound art found in this book. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really called the Book of Kale. Wow. You know, and it's one of the most. It's actually in the Vatican. You know, it's like it's over in, you find it in Europe, and you know. But it's like looking at those things, it's like, and looking at my personality, you know, it's like I was kind of destined to feel the things that I feel, you know, and that kind of helps put things in perspective for me, because that was a sense of identity that I didn't know. Yeah. Like, all right, you got Nehemiah, you got Joe, you got Enoch, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they powerful. They powerful, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can go right there and find what they did and who they people, you know, like who that was, but I didn't know, you know, so until I got older and I found that out. But stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the kids don't know that. Like, what even our history. Like, we don't, our family's history, let alone our people's history. Yeah. We don't even know where our family come from. Like, where are, I know my grandma and we in the city. All right, what do we know past that? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I asked my grandparents particular questions towards the end, but not as much as I would have liked to towards the end. But I'm glad for the information I do know. But we need to ask questions. Because it don't hit you until you get older. Let's be honest.
That's a fact.
When you're younger, you just live in life and you don't care, and none of that matters. But when you start to really going through some things, looking in your children's faces, you want some answers about yourself that you can't see in a mirror.
Right.
But I recommend that 100%. Ask your parents questions if they're willing to answer. Ask your grandparents. I don't care, whoever you can ask. Ask them. Because you're going to need that information, because it's going to hit you in your marriage,
yes, it will.
In your friendships,
yes, it will.
In your children, and most importantly, your children relationships. Because you're going to wonder, why my child act like this?
Exactly.
Yes.
You might not know, because either you might not know a parent, or maybe you do know the parents, and who knows where it comes from.
Exactly.
But that's a big thing. We don't talk to each other.
We don't.
Or let's say we don't have meaningful conversations. It's a lot of jokey jokes and passive aggressive things. But we don't have real conversations with each other as families, as Black families, and we need to do that.
We gotta do that. She sent you for our growth. Because if we don't know our history, we gonna repeat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna do it.
Why.
We don't, like, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, now you just perpetuating the same cycle. You know, like, because we don't understand ourselves. You know, and that's really a sense of pride, like knowing where my people come from. Like, my people took over slave ships. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like the Myrick, like that's my family heritage. You know, so like when I think about stuff like that, I'm super empowered. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hearing those stories as a kid, you know, like it empowered me. But then I think about all my friends, like even me having a 2-parent household, it wasn't perfect at all.
Right.
You know, but to my friends, I used to be like, I'm tired of my daddy. You know, my friends would come like, man,
you got your mama and daddy.
You get cooked every day. Oh, bro. My friends still love coming to my house. I'd be like, I'm tired of eating that. But my friends were like, no, bro, invite me over every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that we take for granted too. You know what I'm saying? Because of our circumstances, because we don't live in a moment. Because everything's so fast, we don't take stuff for granted. I mean, we take stuff for granted. We don't appreciate it. You know, and that plays a part in just our presence of mind, and that kind of leaks off into our person. You know what I'm saying? Because especially in America, we are so ungrateful. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Like we are such an ungrateful people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many things that goes on in this world that people thriving in the midst of what, and it's way worse than what we doing. Listen. They grateful, they got a positive mentality. And then when they come over here, they smash over here. Mm-hmm. So they like, man, we been through, man, what? You know, we done been through.
Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Y'all like, man, y'all, man. So it's like, it's so much stuff, you know, and another thing that I've been just thinking about, because I've literally been in this stuff for real. That's crazy. This is our topic, but this is something that I think about, just getting out more, you know, like in our environment. Because I love my city. I don't ever see myself leaving the city, because I really want to be a part of the rebuild process of this city. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to travel. You know what I'm saying? And experience different things, right? Speaking of the balance, right? I in the class too as well, I give them facts about the city, right? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of kids don't know that Harriet Tubman had to pass through the city to get to freedom.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us don't know this history. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a church on Woodward that they actually keep the people there.
Exactly.
But we don't know that. We just ride past.
We ride past it. We just think all Detroit is desolate. Do you know we got the biggest black-owned business district in the world here on Livernois? Over 250 black-owned businesses in a 5-mile radius. We're not talking about in the country.
Right.
I said in the world.
In the world.
You know, like I find out why isn't that publicized? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this only this killing happen, this happened?
Right.
You know how much empowering that is, you know, to know that Detroit has that here. And we go past, I've been on Livernois so many times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it is a lot of black-owned business, but I didn't know we had the biggest district in the world. In the world. Yeah. You think of places like Houston, Atlanta, New York.
Populated.
You know what I'm saying? Like they way more respected. You know, and it's not in the country. That's what really blew me away. Like it's in the world. And that's here in the city. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so many things that we got here that it just wasn't appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad like a lot of this stuff is coming to the forefront, because that built a sense of pride for us. Yeah. Like for me as a black-owned business, like that encourages me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Like it's a lot of other business out here that's thriving. That's literally thriving. Like Shoe Doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like
and he right on Livernois.
Right on Livernois. He expanded to Atlanta. He about to go to Houston, you know, New York. You know what I'm saying? He was on Shark Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was.
He's thriving all in the city. You know, you got Good Cakes and Bakes, you got Cuzzo's, you got, man, it's so many different businesses that's thriving.
Of business,
you know,
black businesses, black creatives.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Me being a DJ now and like networking and meeting new people, it is so much talent here in Detroit. And we know that, but we didn't get the shine that we are getting now. And I'm so grateful for it. So if you got a talent, you got a business, get on it.
Yes,
because this is the time. Because now they are open arm. Open arms.
No, for sure.
Me too. Yeah. No, but open arms to Detroit. Like, because before Detroit it would get like a like a I don't know.
The crime is so.
I mean, it was always a respect.
It was always a respect,
but it wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna come and have a good time. Wow. No, they were scared.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's a beautiful thing to see people actually like doing what they love, doing what they can do to expand, because before we didn't have that.
No, we did not.
If that's not enough motivation and inspiration for people here, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
And the crazy part about that is like, even though like we living here in the city did not like show recognition to that, like people in other states, like they know
know
the hairstylists, they know
God.
If you coming from the D that you
are
do, they will let you do anybody's hair.
Yes,
let me tell you something.
Yes,
Detroit hustle hard.
Yes,
you know, but
we gotta recognize.
No, when I say people literally come from the UK, I've talked to people from Germany,
literally
all across the world. They love Detroit.
And they greet you like, "What up, though?" Literally, it's crazy.
I had some girls come in the store. We in the back. Yeah, what up, though? And I'm like, is this my home?
It's crazy.
They love Detroit.
Yes,
so
they do.
Get on it. If you ain't got on it, get on it.
Yes.
They love Detroit.
Yes.
You know, when you're here, it's just like in a relationship or anything. When you're in it, you don't see it for what it is.
Don't take it for granted.
Detroit is the bomb. I mean, we got our own island. We got a park. It's an island. We can see Canada from the river.
How many?
I see that for a minute.
And no, for real, it's a really dope place. It had to grow.
Yeah.
You know, the Riverwalk is one of the most beautiful riverwalks in the world right now. It's in the country right now.
They have labeled it that.
We literally, like we in the top 5, not top 10. We top 5 in the most beautiful places to come. And it's the Riverwalk off by the river.
Yeah,
we walk on the Riverwalk like, man,
We don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like we
like,
don't. Wow. We like, look, they about to start shooting.
Okay.
You know, like, that's how we look, but other places don't feel like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Detroit is becoming a tourist city.
I just saw that.
Crazy.
I think we were in like number 2 or 3.
Yes,
yeah,
we like
top.
in the top.
Yeah. And I remember when I was catching a bus downtown with the pigeons.
Like, oh my God.
It wasn't nothing else. So
oh my God.
I'm very excited.
That's super exciting.
But we as a people have to embrace that as well.
Yes,
we do. Keep with the negative energy, the negative doing.
Yes.
Stop killing people. Stop being dirty. Clean your houses. Clean your property.
Yes.
Like get to it. Because it all adds up.
Yes, it
adds up. So
yes, it do.
We have to, once again, the imposter syndrome. We are great. It's a great city. It's a big city in comparison to a lot of places.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But we got to do better. We have to do better for ourselves.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
So age limit or age group.
Should we read the question? Okay, we have a question. We're gonna read it out loud. It says, "Do you think there is an age where people realize their identity?"
Yeah, I would say so. I would say
a particular age, or you just think.
I'm saying yes, and I'm really saying no, honestly. Because it really depends on where you at in your life.
That's true.
And
your life trajectory.
But when I think of that question, I think about the majority of people that kind of like start like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that age group is getting smaller. You know, like I would really say the ages when you start realizing that is like, I'll give it an age group like 18 to like 22, 23. Because I had some really powerful conversations with some 18 to 23-year-olds. Really powerful, like in that sound, like they rough around the edges, but they understand something. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even more than adults, like I find myself a lot of times like people my dad's age, I'm like teaching them. You know, and it's like I'm expecting that from you. I'm expecting to be a student. You know what I'm saying? But it's like. And that's where that respect don't come in for a lot of the older groups because it's like what you here for? You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't what you
not contributing to
anything. Like we gotta thug this out when we don't have to by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that, and that's sad. You know, but I talk to it, and I still encourage them to still be respectful to the elders. You know, but talking to them, and it's like they starting to realize like, hold on, like it's certain things that I don't got that I understand it out, you know, and it's real like vocal too.
Wow.
And it blows me away. Like, and it's been several conversations that I didn't have with like that age group. I would even stretch it to 25, you know, because I didn't talk to some people that understand like how I grew up. That wasn't you know, like that wasn't right. And that was, you know, and I think it's that the age group getting smaller, you know, because I would say I would have, you would have come like 5 years ago, I would have probably said like 30 because, you know, it's still some stuff you finding out always for the rest of your life. Yeah. But I'm saying the age group that starts it, I think it's getting smaller. Yeah, because they're a lot more sharper.
They're coming up against a lot of tough stuff
early. So they gotta be a little more sharper, you know, because it's like eat or be eaten at that point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not just in your environment, but I'm saying it's the world. Like it's not the same world no more like it was when we was kids. And that's not even that far ago.
I don't even think they have the same kind of fun we had.
Oh, not at all.
I feel for them.
Not at all.
They're not racing up and down the block.
No.
Come on.
No.
Going off the block when you ain't supposed to.
Jumping off the porch.
They not doing the things we're doing. They're giving a lot of information. Once again, back to the information thing.
Yes.
They are taking in a lot of information, but not being able to process it. And I think that's the biggest problem for them. But they do realize what's going on.
They do, and they really sharp.
And just talking to my children, like they like just the thought that we have to talk about if somebody come in there and shoot. But at the same time, every other week I'm getting a notice about somebody coming in with a knife, a gun, or whatever. So the things that they have to be concerned about are way different than what I probably honestly would have cared about when I was their age.
We ain't worried about no active shooters.
No.
Like what? Like come on.
No, you thought about like at the club or something.
Right.
But like even then, it was some beef between a specific group of people.
Yeah, like it's not
so
the same.
Things that they have to worry about. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I feel for them.
No.
They can't even truly have a childhood.
That's so scary.
Thinking about some really heavy things.
That's so scary.
But being, like you said, 18, 25, I guess I would agree because even at that age, I was still rough around the ages, but I was definitely asking questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions. Yeah. And that they call us that, they call it generation the Y generation too. Cause like even looking at the generation, like the kids, and it's a positive and a negative to it too, because these kids are a lot more vocal. Like I could never ask my mama or daddy why, or why I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it in its pureness, that's why I said it's a positive and a negative, because when you look at it in its pureness, they really want to know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I ain't got to explain that to you. You a kid. You know what I'm saying? But
no,
and she didn't. She didn't, but she did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are the parent. You have a right to not explain nothing to me. But should you? That would have helped me process it a little better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I find myself explaining things a lot more. Yeah. You have to, because it's forced on them. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think now. You really name a show you watch, and there's not a suggestive scene.
Exactly.
Like whether it's on whatever side it's on.
Be on
it ain't.
So you have to explain stuff to them that like your parents could have been like, man, girl, I ain't about to talk to you about that. No, I gotta talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are subjected to a lot more stuff. I didn't know what a strip club was, a dispensary, none of that.
Not at all.
Till I was grown.
Not at all.
But now we ride down 8 Mile and my
They're
kid
on
like,
every corner.
Oh, there's.
Oh God.
So yeah, I gotta talk about it.
Yeah, you got to.
And that's a very uncomfortable, because how do you talk about it without being too forward or not forward enough?
It's like that thin line.
So they are. You're right. The age is lowering because they're provided with so much information that they have to process. You have to help them process.
Yes, you
do. Care enough.
Yes, you do.
And in order for them to navigate this world, it's a whole different world.
They gotta be informed.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta understand, and that it's okay to, like, you know, to be still solid in the generation, because this generation, it's a lot more different, right? Because I think about even the stuff like what they had to experience, like as far as like technology, for one. You know what I'm saying? Like we went from DVD super fast to like 5 years with the Blu-ray. Now it's instantly you know, it's like they had to process so much because everything moving so much faster. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that information, like even if we not really thinking about it, like our brain is processing this stuff, like. So now it puts you in the urgent. Like you wonder why you so urgent all the time. Like, man, I'm so frantic, because your brain, we're literally connected. Our frequency is connected. You know, we picking up on it. Even if we don't, we like, dang, why do I feel like this? You know what I'm saying? It's like the atmosphere is frantic. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to get in positions like where we just gotta rest. Like, you know, like we just gotta pause. You know, and center ourselves, because time is moving so fast. Like I think about like how we used to be. I used to be so satisfied on our summer breaks because it was so long. You know, like, dang, man.
It seemed like,
but now it's like a month that they out of the school for summer break. It's like, dang, y'all going back to school already.
Let me tell y'all, it was just Monday.
Listen,
it's crazy. It was just January.
No, for real.
It's about to go into March.
Listen,
which is so
you know, in time, the scripture said this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they living in this. You know, like we had a little time. You know, our parents were like, it's the end days. Like, oh, okay. My grandma used to say, like, oh yeah, okay, Granny, you said it.
Yeah.
But now it's like a lot of stuff just unfolding. Like, dang, it's it right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the kids even starting to realize this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is the time moving so fast? You know, like in the class, like when I had classes, the kids be like, oh my God, like we got in class already. You know, we like we only talked for like 30 minutes, it felt like, you know, so it's like being present, you know what I'm saying? And that's what our people, for sure, just to bring it back, like our people, we're never in the present. Because we always thinking about what we lacked out on when we was kids. You know, what's going on now.
Next?
You know, what's next? What such and such doing? Oh man, Blueface just bought him a Bentley. And you know, like we looking at we got all these comparisons, you know, and that we not appreciative of what our present is. You know what I'm saying? So now it's at the point where we not satisfied with nothing. It's all that trash. I got 2 kids, I need 4. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like they family big. Like, you know, that's me. That most
so I need 4 cars.
You know, it's like,
I mean, I can only drive 1, but I need 4. Okay.
Like people, I literally heard conversations, people comparing how many kids they got. I'm like, oh, you got 3? Okay, I'm
scared.
Literally, like that's like it's like a game. Like this is a life.
People don't even love each other based on what they love.
Man,
it's all about well, they said, or I watched this podcast and they said, like, no.
Yeah.
Well, how do you, once again, back to what we said, how do you feel? What? Who are you? What do you want to contribute to this world before you go? Like, we really got to be present. Take the time to just sit in peace and quiet. Talk to your children. Talk to your family. Talk to yourself. Like, you'd be surprised what you figure out. Like, dang, I ain't got it all. But just, we got to be more present. That's a fact.
We do.
Being present is so key. And I feel like, just in closing remarks, while being present, and I know information is coming out there like that, but while you're looking at other things, like, do take the time to research stuff about our history as African Americans, some of the things that they're saying. You might want to combat it because you might see some other things out there that don't go along with what we've been taught in history class. So do the due diligence yourself. If you're
go
older,
in nature too.
Oh my
Black people don't do that. I'm just being, I mean, a lot of us do, but a lot of us don't.
Oh, for real.
Go and sit on the grass. Go by the water. Just do some nature stuff because that's how you get back to yourself as well.
Yes, that's most definitely.
It's something called earthing, really, and it grounds you. It's good for your body too.
Standing on grass is good.
It is.
I know y'all be like, oh, that voodoo witch stuff, but the full moon, all of that stuff matters. It does. It connects us. We are connected to the earth. So be mindful of all of that. Pray.
Yes.
Definitely
talk. Pray. Whoever you believe in, pray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prayer is huge.
It is.
You know, and it's not just, we look at it like a religious thing when it's not religious. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you think of fasting, you know, you be like, oh, you go to church. You know, it's like that has nothing to do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fasting is good for your body. Your body needs it.
Acknowledging your body.
Yes.
It's about being grateful.
Yes.
I'm sorry I gotta say this, but be grateful for everything.
Yes.
And a part of being grateful is being grateful for your body. Yes. Every morning you get up and you hop up and you negative, but your body just got up for you.
Yes.
So show your body some gratefulness by exercising, drinking water, just being mindful, being peaceful, sitting down, resting. That's you showing gratitude to your body, gratitude to yourself, gratitude to the world. Be grateful, pray, and keep moving.
We need it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a great conversation. It's critical right now that we really tap into who we are and whose we are. And once you start deep and diving into that, then you will realize that these obstacles that you're going through on a daily will slowly become a little bit easier. So once again, I am Jocelyn.
I'm Kale Myrick.
I'm Katia Wright.
And this has been The Royalty. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. Season 2.
Thank you.